Hey guys, so I am learning. Sorry, I didn't get a chance to adjust my camera before I came in. I'm not sure why my lips aren't syncing. Give me just a second. Let me refresh. We've got a lot to go over. There is a school pew-pewing going on right now that I think everybody needs to be aware of. This is in Madison, Wisconsin, but I have to no, it looks like my lips finally caught up with me. So I'm just going to go through this right now. I don't have a lot of information on this, guys. So what I'm learning is a school pew-pew has been reported at Madison Abundant Life Church in Madison, Wisconsin, a private Christian church that has 230 K through 12 students and share its 28-acre campus with the city church and campus for kids. An infant pre-kindergarten care center is also there.
Right here behind me, so you got Madison police vehicles there. There's a fire truck there. Paramedics are there as well. Again, this is a health clinic, so maybe some they could help here with the doctors and nurses who work at this clinic. But the parents I've tried to talk to, didn't have time for a reporter. Understandably, they are on their way to figure out if they can reunite with their child in this very frantic moment for them. But they are just trying to figure out what's next, where they're going. As I mentioned, they've been told to come here. Some of them probably aware that they're supposed to come to the SSM clinic, and they just walk down the road and they're running towards the school. You see across the street, looks to be like a group of parents right there on the corner. That's at the corner of Stoughton right there, Stoughton Road and Buckeye Road. As you see, the road is shut down as traffic is kind of coming through here onto Buckeye Road. These parents obviously don't know much what's going on. They just know to come here to this area because they heard about this school shooting. I'm sure their cell phones are getting checked every couple seconds to see if they can't talk to their loved one who might be in the school right now. But again, this is the reunification area. Lots of Madison police standing outside the lobby right there as parents are running in, trying to get.
I'm not sure what happened. It ran out. Okay, so let's go to other stuff. This is all going on right now at the Abundance Life Church. I might have to do it a different way. We're just getting information in. It says at 10:15, Abundant Light Church on Buckeye. I'm going to share this. Maybe you guys are. Oh, you guys are still seeing this. It says shooting at K-12, around 230 students. We heard that there is casualties. They're not saying it in these reports, but I heard multiple casualties are expected. Reports of the gunman down and multiple injuries at Abundant Life Church in Madison, Wisconsin. We've got a lot going on here right now, folks. We have a lot going on here right now with this particular church. I'm trying to find if we have any live feeds coming in about the church right now. And I'm not seeing any live feeds coming in. So what I will do right now is we're going to just go to what we're learning so far. So here is, this just came out just a few minutes ago, shooting with multiple injuries reported at Madison Abundant Life Christian Church. Multiple people have been injured. Hopefully you guys can see this. Let me make sure you guys can. Let me put my face back on here so you guys can see me as well. Hey guys, I'm here. Again, this is a shooting. I know that there are some local news. Let me see if I can find Madison, Wisconsin. Has anybody's got this? Send it to me. Henson local news. Here we go. We got a plug. Let's go back just a little bit.
Jason, be careful with the cord. Don't want you to trip.
I got.
Okay.
We have seen over there.
Okay, I'm going to go back and see if we have any more commentary. We do not. So we're just going to go back and see what we can hear.
Parties, wrapping up to have time with family. This is what these kids walked into today. Now, I'm going to keep gathering information, and I will deliver it to you right away when I get it from the scene. But for now, live on scene, Elizabeth Wattis, WMTV 15 News.
All right, we're going to go back to see some of the footage that they've got out there while I look for other Other news to plug in. Madison, Wisconsin.
Jason, be careful with the cord. Don't want you to trip.
I got it.
Okay.
We have seen over there.
Okay.
Which one is this? This is KMT. We got another one here. I'll put a plug in that one for right now. We've got that live feed, but just while we'll come back to it in just a second. We'll see what this one has. We're going to watch a little video and then we'll... Okay.
We begin with breaking news in Wisconsin. Madison police investigating a mass shooting at a Christian school. Details limited. Police say several people are injured. We have a live look now. You can see police and ambulance on the scene directing traffic. This happened at the Abundant Life Christian School about 9 miles west of Madison. The school has about 390 students from kindergarten through high school. This according to its website. We will update you as we learn new details.
So that's all we have for that one. So what you guys are looking at right now is there was a pew-pewing at a school in Madison, Wisconsin, a Christian school in Madison, Wisconsin, and it sounds like there's multiple injuries. And what brought me to this is I was getting...
I don't have any new info, but I can do something. As DIA's.
Here we go.
Question for you. Would you be willing to do a live interview with us and let us know what you saw?
I didn't see anything.
Yeah.
I just saw the squad cars coming in.
Yeah.
The ambulance.
In the area, right? Yeah. It would be super simple. Just
Whatever you need.
that would be amazing. What's your name?
John.
John. John?
Yep.
Okay. And your last name? Hey, Abby, can you hear me? Abby? Amazing. Yeah.
Oh, you know,
off
down
of
over
Stoughton
there.
Road.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have another crew
So-
over there. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, we might be able to go actually. Abby? Okay, John, John. Last name Diaz, Diaz, new word.
D-I-A-Z.
Diaz space day, DE space Leon, Leon. John Diaz de Leon. 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 Yes.
Like Ponce de
Neighbor. Yes. Come on over here,
Take it,
John.
White. So I didn't know there were that many.
Okay, so we're going to listen to him.
Yeah, Gabriella, you've been on the scene before we got here.
Yep.
Take me through kind of what brings you here today and take me through what you saw and heard.
I wish
Well,
we
what
could
I
get
heard was
video footage, but we can't.
ambulance, squad card. I went to the internet and looked up the scanners, and the scanners said they were doing triage at City Church parking lot. And I went, oh, what's going on at church? Because this is where I go to church, and my kids went to school here at ALCS. So I came down and I never saw so many squad cars. I didn't know there were that many squad cars in Madison as they came to support the kids. We saw a few guys with long guns. They went in the school with a dog. And then a little later on, I saw groups of kids coming out of the school.
Oh, don't know what happened. Here we go.
One thing we can all help with is letting parents know.
I
You go
don't.
to church here.
Yes,
Your
ma'am.
family went here.
Yes.
You've been on scene. It's been really, really emotional and scary. I mean, how are you feeling right now?
I would have never thought it would have happened in Madison, let alone at our school here, ALCS. So it's shocking. It's
In your faith, I've heard some parents say that they're praying, and they trust in God. And what's keeping you here today, and getting through this?
I've got terminal cancer, so I'm
Wow.
ready to go. I've got terminal prostate cancer. We don't know when God's going to call us. He may call us today. He may call us tomorrow, a year from now. Don't know. So one needs to be ready because, as some people learned, it can happen in a moment.
What are you going to be praying for tonight?
WKMG.
For the kids that are still alive and shot for their best outcome. I mean, the tragedy of all what the other kids have seen, the kids saw this and heard this. I mean, right before Christmas, how tough is that to live? And the parents, where are my kids? Maybe they still don't know if their kid has survived. How tragic can that be? I feel for if that were my kids, it would be hard. I can't think of anything harder.
I will move over to the WKMC
The
video once they turn the cameras.
They're out of our box right now if you need to reset the shot, but otherwise, no worries.
Okay, here we go. Looks like they might be getting ready for a press conference. Yep, here we go.
Usually this is where I start and I say thank you for coming and talk about how important the media is to our community. But the truth is today is a sad, sad day, not only for Madison, but for our entire country, where yet another police chief is doing a press conference to speak about violence in our community, specifically in one of the places that's most sacred to me as someone who loves education and to someone who has children that are in schools. So I'm gonna tell you what I know. I'll answer any questions that I can. There'll be a secondary briefing that our PIO will let you know about, okay?
PIO, very important.
Today, around 10:57 a.m., our officers were responding to a call of an active shooter at the Abundant Life Christian School here in Madison. When officers arrived, they found multiple victims suffering from gunshot wounds. We train on this almost quarterly. The last time we trained on this as commanders was approximately 2 weeks ago. The protocols are simple. Stop the killing, stop the dying, find out who's doing this. And the officers did that, and they did that adamantly. We had officers from around the county and around the state that came in support of this particular incident. Officers located a juvenile who they believe was responsible for this deceased in the building. Additionally, the officers began administering life-saving efforts to anyone who was wounded and making sure that those persons were transported. What we know is that a total of about 7 persons were transported from the scene to area hospitals for treatment. We know that at least 3 people have lost their lives, including the juvenile person.
Wow.
I don't have any other information about those persons who have lost their lives, and I'm not going to release that until we have, of course, spoken with family members and ensuring that they are fully aware of this tragic scene that occurred today. I want to thank all of the law enforcement partners and community members that came out to help. Our friends at the ATF. I've gotten calls from my friends at the FBI, the State Patrol, the sheriff's office, Monona Police Department, our fire department. It goes on and on and on. Because this is something that we all prepare for, but we hope we never have to do. As you can see, we have a unification center that was immediately set up where parents and guardians and loved ones and grandparents wanted to get information about their loved ones, and we wanted to make sure that they were unified immediately. So we were doing more than one thing at one time. We're still going through methodically clearing that school, clearing every vehicle, and making certain that there's no other threats to this community, which we believe there are none. We immediately alerted our mayor's office, and I've been on the phone with her and her office constantly. We also alerted Madison schools. We put the schools on lockdown, but there's no threats to MMSD schools at this time. But we wanted to make sure that we did our due diligence in this particular case. Again, we're still going through collecting evidence, collecting information, making sure that our community is safe from what is a sad day for our community and for our country. And we have to do a little bit better. I don't have all the answers that you want right now, but I will tell you this: we have some of the best officers in the entire country. Our detectives are amazing. We're going to go and work hard and go through this scene so that we can piece together what exactly happened. Again, there'll be another briefing in about 2 hours. And if I have additional information, I will certainly let you know what that information is. Again, around 10:57 a.m., officers responded to an active shooter. They responded per our protocol. They found the person who they believe was responsible, who was down, deceased. We know that it's juvenile. We know that there are other persons who have lost their lives. We know that we've transported about 7 people after giving them life-saving measures. It's important to notice too that about 3 miles from here is our training center. Today, our special event team medics were in training. And so they got to practice in real time. They left the training center immediately and came down here and doing in real time what they were actually practicing for. And that's why training is so important, and making sure that we can provide the best possible training and the best possible response for our community members. I'm asking everyone to send your heartfelt wishes and prayers and thoughts yet again to a community, but this time it's my community. Dylan?
Yeah, can we start over here with questions?
Chief, you mentioned you're a father, you're the police chief here in Madison. What emotions are you feeling right now after going through all that?
To be honest with you, I'm feeling a little dismayed now. So close to Christmas. Every child, every person in that building is a victim and will be a victim forever. And these types of trauma don't just go away. And we need to figure out and try to piece together what exactly happened. Right now, my heart is heavy for my community. My heart is heavy for Madison, and we have to come together as a community and figure out what happened here and make sure that it doesn't happen in any other place that should be a refuge for students in our community.
Right there.
What sort of gun-related policies, if any, were in place at the school, and did the school have metal detectors?
I'm not aware that the school had metal detectors, nor should schools have metal detectors.
No, they should not.
It's a school. It's a safe space. So I don't know. Again, it is a private Christian school. It is not under the authority of MMSDs, and that is something that we'd have to look into.
Chief, of the 7 victims, how many are students? How many are teachers?
I'm not going to give any information about who the victims are, whether they're students, staff, or parents, because
He did say one juvenile at least is deceased.
People. I think that's the most important.
One juvenile is at least deceased.
Police they never fired their weapons.
That is correct.
Let's follow that one question.
I don't know if it's a male or female, but the police department did not fire their weapons. Thank you.
Scott.
Are there 3 fatalities you mentioned?
That's correct. Yes, sir. That's correct.
Are the 7 that were transported, are there 3 fatalities within that 7 or additional?
Yes, within that 7. Yes, thank you.
Was the shooter a student at the school?
We believe the shooter was a student at the school. Yes.
What can you tell us about the status of the other transports?
We know that they range from minor injuries to life-threatening. I know that's a huge, spectrum, but that's what we know now. And so we need everyone, again, to send your thoughts and your prayers out to them. One thing I do know is that we have some of the best medical care in the country here in Madison. And so we hope that everyone will recover, but at this time, we don't know.
So we did just get an update from our command post. 5 deceased at this time, 5 injured.
5 deceased, 5 injured. Jeez.
Again, this is a ever evolving situation. Just hearing that, what does that make you think? How does that make you feel? That we have to do
you inside.
a better job in our community on a Monday, right? So close to Christmas that we're updating.
That's
victims.
correct.
And so there's a lot of work that has to be done. And we're committed to doing that work. We just ask for your patience. I think the most important part is the reunification, again, that we spoke about, making sure that those persons who were in the schools, whether they're staff, students, or what have you, are reunified, and we have done that. Again, I want to say thank you to all our partners. Again, our friends are here from the ATF. They're going to help us. I heard the question about the gun. I don't know yet, which is why we have a great partnership with the ATF that will help us determine the origin of this gun and where it happened. So I'm gonna leave it at that, and we will have another press conference. Stephanie has the location.
We're doing 2:30 at Fire Station 14 in their community room. 2:30, Fire Station 14.
Steph,
Okay.
can you confirm the 5 who are dead? Does that include the shooter?
That doesn't include
It
the
would,
Are the
yes.
victims
it would.
students, teachers, a mix?
Yeah, again, we're not going to talk about that until we notify all the families that may be involved. Again, this is an ever evolving situation, and we're trying to figure it out. What did you say, man? The school has been through a secondary clearing. We're doing another one now with the help of bomb dogs, just in case. We want to clear vehicles and things of that nature. So we're going to take our time, and we're going to go through, and we're going to do everything that we can. So thank you very much, and we'll see you soon.
Okay,
Thank you.
Fire Station 14, the
Okay, guys. So we're hearing that it is as many of these things are, it is a very fluid situation there in Madison, Wisconsin. We do have a juvenile that is deceased. That is the gunman. We also have the let me just see what we got here. Oh, oops, hold on. Let's see if they got something here. Let me see what we got here.
Madison drivers and community members are asked to find alternate routes if travel is needed around that area there. So these are the vantage points that we are getting right now. We also know that the Dane County Sheriff's Office is assisting as well in the investigation. Officers were dispatched to the scene around 11 a.m. local time there.
And guys, they're an hour to 2 hours behind us. I think an hour behind us potentially.
To follow this all right here for you on Live Now from Fox. Again, continuing on with the breaking news of the moment of a shooting reported at a Christian school, Abundant Life Christian School in Madison, Wisconsin. We do know that there has been multiple injuries, just do not have a clear.
There have been fatalities.
We are awaiting updates from officials.
So what we've learned, let me just go over what we've learned. So what we have learned so far is there are a total, as of right now this is a fluid situation. We have a total of 10 people that they know that have been shot. Of those 10 people, 5 are deceased. One of those deceased are the juvenile. They did not identify whether the juvenile was male or female. And I have to think that some of those fatalities we had at 3, starting off, one of them was a juvenile, leaving 2 adults, and most likely the whoever the gunman was. And now we have 2 additional deceased as of the latest press conference. The press conference will be going on at about 2:30. I don't know what Wisconsin time is for us. But this is breaking news information. I thought everybody needed to know what was going on in Madison, Wisconsin. I know we do have some viewers in Wisconsin. We also want to have just a prayer for the deceased and the injured in this attack. I also want to make mention that firearms do not hurt people, okay? The person holding the firearm hurts people, okay? I don't want this to be, we've been pushing the buck and passing the buck for far too long, blaming an object for such horrible destruction, instead of putting the focus on mental health. We need mental health awareness in this country. We need parents to start learning to identify when their child is in need of real help. And if you know that your child is in need of real help, remove the firearms from your home. If you're not using them, remove them from your home if you have a child that is not acting right. You don't want to get your child help. You're a little embarrassed of talking about mental health, fine. But you have a duty to the rest of the public when you know that something is wrong with your child and you're failing to address it or passing it off that it's just boys being boys or just girls being girls or just a phase that they're going through. There's something going on in this country where people, when they get upset, they like to take it out on innocent human beings. And some of these are children where their parents were fully and well aware something was going on with them. Secondly, our children are sponges. Our children watch what we do as adults, even if they're not our own children. There is horrible bullying going on. Bullying that are exhibited by adults that are funneled down through children and into their schools. We, as parents and grandparents, when we see our children acting this way, they need to be reprimanded. Bullying is not okay. It's not okay as an adult, and it's certainly not okay as a child. We hear these cases all too many times throughout our history, starting with the Columbine, which allegedly was our first, right? And what we learned from that is bullying is lethal for innocent students. We, as humans, need to start putting human value above our petty bullcrap. And it needs to start at home with mommy and daddy first. If you know your child is being bullied, you have to step up and fight for your child, even if that means taking on your school board and your schools. So this is not the ending result. I know that Shay's Safe Place has made a statement that there's also, disturbed children in Christian schools as well. That is absolutely true. Why? Because mental illness affects anybody and everybody. It's much like addiction. It's blind. It doesn't care if you're rich or poor. It doesn't care if you have a great job or no job. It doesn't care whether you're black or white. It doesn't care what your religion is. It affects everyone, everywhere. And a lot of these mental illness start showing and rearing their ugly head when your children start becoming teenagers. And there are also some mental illness doesn't show effect until you're past the age of 20. We as a society have got to start trying to identify these things earlier It's not just the parents, it's the schools, it's the resource counselors, it's everybody. We need to start identifying. I'm very interested how this happened and whether or not the parents were supposed to get their child help and how in the world this child got a hold of a firearm to bring to school to injure teachers and classmates. It is a sad day right here before Christmas that this is happening. I'm sure more information will be coming out in due time, but let's just pray for all the victims involved, and let's pray for the assailant's parents. Okay? I know that's hard, but I'm sure the parents of that child is also grieving. This is not an unfortunate circumstance or incident. This was a completely preventable one. A completely preventable one. And this is how some people are going to be ringing in their Christmas for 2024 and the New Year's for 2025. All right, guys, you take care. God bless each and every one of you. I'll keep you guys updated if I hear any further breaking news, and we'll report on my community tab any further information about this school shooting. We want to end violence. We want our kids happy and healthy, but it also starts with us taking the blinders off of our eyes and seeing our child for who they are. And if they're struggling or needing help, it's not something to feel embarrassed about. It's something that we should be embracing and doing everything we can to make sure our children can thrive in society despite their conditions. All right, guys, I love you. God bless you, and we will see you soon.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.